Hi guys, what do we call these? Solar rockers, solar wobblers, dancing wobbly as this one's called. I took a couple of these apart the other day to get the coils out of them for use in a little project, and I had a 50% success rate. In other words, I broke one of the coils. Well, I actually bought 3 of these, so this is the last one. And I'm going to see if I can get the coil out in one go using surgical spirit to loosen the glue that's on the bottom of it, because what happens is if you try and lift the coil up, the glue grabs part of the coil and the coil comes apart. If you did see the previous video, it's where I'm making Slider 2732's TIE Fighter solar motor, which is a Mendocino motor, spins round with solar panels powering it. Anyway, when I did take it apart, we found these particular solar rockers are glued together. Normally you can just pull them and they come apart. There's little pillars and posts that hold the two sides together, but on these they're actually glued in place. So this is a destructive one-way disassembly. So normally you just get that far and they pop apart with no trouble at all. But these ones don't want to. That one's come out. They've actually got glue on these posts. Right. So there's the coil that we want. And yeah, as I've pulled it apart so roughly there, I've actually broken the wire off of there, which doesn't matter because I only want that coil with the wire still on it. So we can probably pull that one off there as well, so we can see what we're working with. Now in the middle of that coil, underneath, there'll be some glue, so if you try and lever it up, if you're lucky, it might just pop off. If you're unlucky, the coil comes apart and you probably damage some of the turns anyway, probably cause a few disconnections. I think it's hot glue that they've used, or some similar type of glue. On the last one I just cut the plastic all round it and left it in place, but this time we're going to try a bit of this. So we just want some of this to get in round there. What it does is it wicks its way between the glue and the surface the glue is stuck to. So if you give it a few seconds to work, get a little drop to, that's more like it. I don't know if this will work, but it's the way I normally take apart my projects where I've made everything by gluing things together with hot glue. When you want to get all the bits out again, if you just use surgical spirit, rubbing alcohol, denatured alcohol. I did try WD-40 and that didn't work. So let's give it a little bit of a bend to flex the plastic underneath. Oh, bend it a bit too much then. See, sometimes they just pop off anyway as soon as you flex the plastic. This one doesn't seem to be. I really don't want to put any pressure on it. Don't be tempted to slide a knife under it, because that's probably the worst thing you can do. This doesn't seem to be coming free. Well, so far I would say it's not working this way. That's disappointing. So this isn't a quick and easy way of doing it either. Slider 2732 recommends just heating them gently over a flame. So if you lever it up, chances are the coil will come loose. As in, the turns will come apart. Yeah, that's not coming apart. I can see the, well, it's not coming away. I can see the coil is becoming damaged in the middle. Alright, well, I've tried it and that didn't work. That's not going to focus, is it? The centre of the coil is still stuck down. Right, I resorted to heating it then, and it did soften the glue, which has actually gone hard again straight away as soon as I brought it away from the flame. Which is interesting. So whatever it is, it's not ordinary hot glue. Right, I think we can see I've actually pushed it back in place, but a couple of the centre turns had come loose, and on the edge here you can see where I've messed it around a bit when I was trying to lever it up earlier. So I would say surgical spirit 0, heating it up, and you see I heated it quite a lot, so this has melted, started to melt. That certainly softened the glue, but as soon as I moved the glue away from the heat, it's set again. So I don't know what sort of glue it is they use. I'll have to put a meter on this, see if this one's still any good, being as I messed around with it. I've put solder on the end of the wires because it's that enamelled wire, so if you hold the soldering iron on it with a bit of hot solder, it does eventually burn the enamel off. So what have we got there? That says about 600 ohms. So looks like the coil survived my my destructive disassembly. So that one lives to fight another day. Well, I guess we ought to do something with it just to demonstrate it still works. I've got a couple of little magnets there. A couple of these nice lolly sticks. Yeah, I reckon I can glue that on there. Right, you couldn't actually see what I was doing just then. I've just glued these two sticks together, super glue and a bit of baking powder. That sort of gives it a more rigid join. Then we want a paper clip, a straight bit, paper clip. I want to be a little bit longer than that. Right, there we are. That's just the magnet suspended directly over the coil, so we can see that the coil is still alive, that I haven't killed it and all that modification. The sun's actually gone in at the moment. I guess let's put one of these lights on. Yeah, so we haven't killed the coil. That'll do.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.